Hey there guys, I'm back with another YouTube video, and today I'm here to actually educate you guys instead of being around the bush telling you bullshit about weapons that actually really don't matter towards Katagawa Jr. Bro, I'm not really at all close to people that are the biggest in the Borderlands community, so it's kinda tough when you know everything that they're saying is just diluting you from not being able to beat the bosses and not really being able to progress. Cause obviously, as anybody that plays Borderlands 3 knows, that the event of this week is going to be the legendary one, and Katagawa drops legendary class mods. Now I can easily say that Katagawa is a way easier fight than Pain and Terror, and he's way easier to get to when you've already beaten the game. So there's that. As you can see, I'm showing you how to get to him. That's why I even mentioned it. Today I'm going to show you one clip in which I do the right thing. And the next one will be me doing the wrong thing, but I won't be using a gun. I just won't. I won't use a gun. Except I think the second time I used a gun, because he wouldn't stay still, so I had to get him up out of there. And the grenades won't really do much. The grenade of choice that you must have is the recurring hex. I think most people are starting to figure out what this grenade is. I also showed you guys in my Moe's video, where I ended up beating Katagawa with a level 14 and he was like level 33 or something like that. Yeah, you need the recurring hex for sure. Now I'm gonna explain what I did right on this one. When you slide down and you obviously have a recurring hex, you have to throw the grenade as you're sliding down, okay? Because when he gets hit by the shock, because it's going to keep on being a status effect, when he gets hit by the shock, you'll know who's the real one, because that's the one that ends up splitting, okay? The reason why a lot of people don't get it right is because the main objective is to make sure that you always hit the right one when he splits up into his clones. So you play the waiting game until he splits out into his clones again, and I mean, like, that's just how it goes. And if the modifiers tell you that he's taking less damage from shock, it doesn't matter. You don't have to like restart or anything, because shock isn't supposed to touch him. Like, he's not supposed to be getting hit by shock at all. Like, that's why when he says stupid zero tech, Zero is not supposed to get hit by he's not supposed to get hit by shock at all. They're like very susceptible to this. The reason why I'm telling you guys without using a gun is because a lot of people, when they beat certain bosses quickly or just completely dominate them in certain ways, it's because they have modifiers that are adding on to their elemental, their damage with guns, their damage with SMGs, and etc. Like, and they're kind of skewing, you know, with the builds and all that stuff. I'm not really into all those goofy ass one-shot builds. It makes the game non-fun for me. I've had the same situation when I was playing with people that were like, had 1,000 badass points on each category in Borderlands 2, and the game gets so diluted and they don't want to play it anymore. So like, I'm not gonna do that to myself. Now if you want the recurring hex, I think the higher drops are for the Rampager and the Chupa. Those are the only ones. I've gotten the recurring hex off of the Rampager literally like 5 times, and the one time I got the recurring hex off of somebody else was Chupa in my video. Like, that's probably the best grenade easily. I don't even think that Quasar is even close to the reoccurring hex. And I have a Quasar, so, and I've had multiple Quasars. My Quasar is also a homing Quasar, but it doesn't do anything. Like, it really doesn't do shit. It may have like good like base damage, but ain't about nothing. In this one, I will be showing you everything you do wrong. Everything you do wrong. You see how I'm not paying attention to who's been hit with the status effect, and the damage literally is goofy because because your goal is only to hit the real one. The reason why that's the case is because when he goes into his clones, his health is being split. So if you get it wrong plenty of times, for each one that you get wrong, his health is going to be restored that much. So think of it as if his health is being split up into fours. His health is being split up into fours. So you get it wrong 3 times. The damage that he's about to take when you finally get to him, and his zero tech actually explodes on him, isn't gonna be anything. Like, it's gonna be nothing. Shit. It's garbage, right? But if you get him right before like you killing 1 or 2 clones, you're gonna take a chunk out of him, as you've seen from the first fight. I didn't change anything. Class mod, everything is the same. I just saved and quit and got back into the game. Like I said, if you get the reoccurring hex, right? You throw it out there as soon as you slide in. As soon as you slide in. Whatever clone or real one gets the status effect, you'll see the numbers pop up above his head. Okay? Once that's happened, then you only throw the recurring hex at the one that has the status effect, and you'll take chunks out of him. Now me, in my experience, I literally never use a weapon, so this video is just me telling you for real how I handled these fights. Like, I literally never use my weapon against him. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. At all. And I was farming this guy. I was farming him before they even increased his legendary drops. I was farming him while people were farming Grave Ward. I was farming him when people were farming Chupa. Like, Katagawa has always been my go-to farm because I can smoke him. So the weapons he's dropping are Mala 1 weapons, which are great for Amara. And he's also dropping like Firestorm, like the grenade, and the Mala 1 Firestorm sniper. So he's just dropping shit that was like for me. And I got my class mod off of him once I got to 50 as well, which gives me more double damage. But what I will say though, if there's a modifier that increases your grenade, bro, if you get him, if you proc the shock damage in the very beginning, you can one-shot him. Obviously I didn't really think that everybody was gonna get it wrong. I felt like everybody that was a little bit more notable in the Borderlands community, we're gonna get it right, and we're gonna tell everybody the correct thing. So I didn't prepare my video where I literally go in here and one-shot him, but bro, it's not even a one-shot. Like, I don't even use bullets. So like, there's times where I'll throw the grenade down there and it'll take him out as soon, or leave him at a sliver. I'll keep it honest, or leave him at a sliver, because I literally took him out before he can even get the clones out, and then boom, he's gone. It's happened so many times. So when people say, "Oh, this is the most frustrating farm of my life," don't believe them. Don't believe them at all, bro. No, just don't. Also, another method that I will say is whenever he does throw out his clones, he will be standing on one of those electrified generators. You can easily just shoot the generator and get a drop on his health before the clones even get there. because usually he splits off his clones, and then he's the one that, like, when the clones come out, he's the one that's actually standing on the generator. But he'll switch places. I think it's like an astral projection, I guess you could say. He'll switch places with certain clones when you've gotten one of the clones wrong. That's how that works. So in the very beginning, you can hit the generator with a gun. If you want to use a gun, you're like, fuck this recurring hex. When he does split into the clones, he usually is standing on the generator. One to the left, the one to the right, or the one right down in the center that you've seen in this video. You shoot it, he'll cancel out the clones, and you'll be able to get damage on him. I feel like that's a little bit easier for people that only want to use guns and don't care about the recurring hex. I hope you guys do enjoy. I hope you guys do have fun going out there looting and farming for these legendaries, because as you can see, the firestorm popped up on my second run. Anyways, please comment, like, subscribe, especially if you're new, and don't be misguided by goofballs. Goofballs. Don't be misguided by goofballs. Sometimes my mic ends up cutting out, so I always got to just add a little extra so that you guys know that it was cut out. Anyways, this was one of my kills on Aurelia. I didn't play offline mode, so yeah. And I finally got my thorns, and then I started getting thorns left and right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys learned something. See you guys on the next one.